Right now, 2 million cells inside your body just died on purpose. And 2 million new ones were just born to replace them. That happened again and again. It hasn't stopped once in your entire life. You learned this in school. Blood carries oxygen to your organs, picks up carbon dioxide and brings it back to the lungs. Clean, efficient, simple. A delivery system, a river doing its job. You have about 5 liters of it. Sounds manageable, sounds calm. Except that's not blood. That's the story we tell children so they sleep at night. Here's what's actually inside you. 25 trillion red blood cells. 25 trillion. If you counted 1 per second, it would take 800,000 years. And those cells live for exactly 120 days, not approximately exactly, before your own body hunts them down, dismantles them piece by piece, and recycles the components to build new ones. Right now, while you're watching this, 2 million red blood cells are being destroyed inside you, and 2 million new ones are being assembled from scratch, every second, without pause, without error, for your entire life. Your blood is not a river. It is a civilization, with workers, soldiers, engineers, and a chemical messaging system more complex than the internet. And right now, it is at war. The question is, with what? If you could shrink down and enter a blood vessel, not a large one of the tiny capillaries near the surface of your skin, this is what you'd see. A crowded, fast-moving river of red. The red blood cells are biconcave discs, shaped like donuts with the hole filled in, perfectly engineered to maximize surface area for gas exchange. They have no nucleus. They gave it up. They sacrificed their own DNA to make more room for hemoglobin, the protein that grabs oxygen like a fist closing around something precious and doesn't let go until the body commands it to. Floating between them, the white cells. Larger, slower, purposeful. Some are smooth. Some have surfaces covered in molecular antennae, scanning everything they touch for signs of invasion. And moving in pulses through the plasma, the pale yellowish liquid that makes up 55% of your blood, are signals, hormones, chemical messages traveling at the speed of circulation, carrying instructions from one organ to another in real time. It is the most elegant system you have never seen. An ocean of motion, chemistry and war, sealed inside tubes so narrow a single red blood cell has to fold itself in half to squeeze through. It is perfect. It is extraordinary. And it is exactly why it should terrify you. Right now, not hypothetically right now, your blood contains soldiers with different specializations. Neutrophils, the first responders, arrive at a wound or infection within minutes and begin destroying anything foreign. Macrophages follow. They are the cleanup crew, swallowing dead cells, debris, and pathogens whole. Natural killer cells patrol constantly, looking for your own cells that are behaving incorrectly. When they find one, a cell showing signs of viral infection or early cancer, they inject it with chemicals that force it to self-destruct. Your immune system right now is executing your own cells, selectively, surgically, because some of your cells need to die so you don't. But none of these cells have brains. None of them have intentions. They operate on molecular triggers, chemical keys that fit chemical locks. The right signal, and they attack. The wrong signal, and they ignore the threat. And sometimes, very rarely, the signal misfires. And when that happens, the soldiers don't stop at the invader. They keep going. They attack you. Lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, type 1 diabetes. These are not diseases where something attacks your body from the outside. These are diseases where your blood's army, your own perfect defense system, turns on the organs it was built to protect. The soldiers receive a signal they misread, and they don't question orders. That is happening in millions of people right now. The war is inside, and the enemy is the army. But that's just the surface of what your blood is doing. The part that happens when things go wrong. What happens when things go right is stranger. Here is something medicine took decades to fully accept. Your blood is not just a transport system. It is a real-time emotional broadcast network. Every emotion you experience, every moment of fear, every surge of anger, every flash of love, alters the chemical composition of your blood within seconds, not minutes, seconds. When you feel fear, your adrenal glands release epinephrine directly into the bloodstream. Within 3 to 5 seconds, it has reached your heart, your lungs, your muscles. Your heart rate increases. Blood is redirected away from your digestive system and toward your limbs. Your pupils dilate because the blood chemistry altered the smooth muscle in your iris. You didn't decide any of this. Your blood decided. Your blood is running you. Cortisol, the stress hormone, travels through the blood and can physically alter the structure of your hippocampus over time. Chronic stress doesn't just feel bad. It circulates. It reaches your brain and changes the architecture of memory. The emotion travels in your blood. The blood changes the organ. The organ changes who you are. And there is a darker version of this. Your platelets, the tiny cell fragments responsible for clotting wounds and saving your life every time you bleed, are triggered by chemical signals in the blood. The right signal, they clump together and seal a cut. They are saving your life constantly, invisibly, without credit. But if those same platelets are triggered inside an intact artery, by inflammation, by a ruptured plaque, by a chemical signal that shouldn't be there, they don't know the difference. They do exactly what they're designed to do. They clot. Inside a coronary artery, that clot is a heart attack. Inside a vessel in the brain, it is a stroke. The mechanism that saves your life every time you're cut is the same mechanism that kills people in their sleep. Same signal, same response, wrong location. Your blood doesn't know where it is. It only knows what it's told to do. Here is what researchers are only beginning to understand. Blood may be a carrier of something far more complex than oxygen and hormones. There is growing evidence, published in journals including Nature Medicine and Cell, that blood plasma contains thousands of proteins that change predictably with age, with disease, and with psychological state. A 2023 study identified specific protein signatures in blood plasma that could detect the early onset of Alzheimer's disease more than a decade before symptoms appear. Your blood knows you are getting sick before you do. And the implications of this go further than diagnosis. Experiments in parabiosis, where the circulatory systems of an old mouse and a young mouse are connected, showed that the older mouse regained measurable cognitive and physical function. Young blood changed the old animal. Something in young plasma reversed aspects of biological aging in a living creature. Researchers at Harvard and UCSF have spent years trying to isolate which proteins are responsible. Is there something in young blood that restores? Or something in old blood that destroys? Or both? We don't fully know yet. But the question that no one has answered, the one that should keep you awake, is this. If blood carries the chemical signature of your emotions, your age, your disease, and your psychological state, then what exactly is blood? Is it a transport system? Or is it a record? A liquid autobiography of everything you've ever felt, every infection you've ever survived, every year you've ever lived. And if that's true, what is being written in yours right now? In 1901, a Viennese physician named Karl Landsteiner was trying to understand why blood transfusions sometimes saved patients and sometimes killed them outright. Doctors had been attempting transfusions since the 1600s, and the results were unpredictable. Seemingly identical patients responded completely differently to the same procedure. Some survived, some died in minutes. Landsteiner spent months mixing blood samples from his colleagues in his laboratory, watching which combinations clumped together and which didn't. He noticed a pattern no one had seen before. Human blood was not all the same. It came in types. He identified what we now call A, B, and O. AB was identified the following year by 2 of his students. He published his findings in a paper that was largely ignored for nearly a decade. It was only during World War I, when military surgeons began using his typing system for transfusions on the battlefield, that medicine finally understood what Landsteiner had given the world. Before he published that paper, a blood transfusion was a gamble with your life. After it became medicine. He received the Nobel Prize in 1930, 29 years after the discovery, because of one man who spent months mixing blood in a Viennese lab and paid attention to what clumped. Millions of people are alive today who would otherwise have died on a table. By his discovery, we know what you're about to understand about yourself. In 120 days, every red blood cell currently moving through your body will be gone. Hunted down by your spleen, dismantled, recycled. The iron in your hemoglobin will be reclaimed and built into new cells. The cells that carry oxygen to your brain right now, the ones keeping you conscious, keeping you here, keeping you you, will not exist in 4 months. You have 25 trillion of them, and in 4 months, every single one will be replaced. The blood running through you right now is not the blood that ran through you last year. It is not the blood of the person who made the choices that led to this moment. The river is always new. The riverbed is always the same. You are made of things that are constantly dying to keep you alive. Trillions of structures with no thoughts, no intentions, no awareness of their own existence. Each one doing its single specific job with absolute precision, moment to moment, until it can't anymore. And somehow, the sum of all these dying, unknowing things produces the only phenomenon in the known universe capable of wondering why it exists. You are a civilization that doesn't know it's a civilization. And right now, it's running perfectly, until the day it doesn't. Your blood carries everything your body needs to survive. But there is one organ that processes everything your blood carries. One that works in complete silence, never sends a pain signal, never gives a warning. It can lose 70% of its function, and you will feel nothing. By the time you know something is wrong, it is usually already too late. That's the next video. The liver. The organ that is failing people right now while they feel completely fine. If you made it here, you already know what dark anatomy does. We don't leave you comfortable. We leave you closer to the truth about what you actually are. Subscribe, because the next organ we open up is the one you've been ignoring the longest. Keep looking inward.